welcome back to my channel. This week on my video, I wanted to share different ways, different forms that I practice meditation. Meditation can be practiced in different ways. For me personally, I practice the stillness of meditation and one-pointed awareness as I'm sitting at my altar. I try to do this in the mornings. Really just try to clear out as much as I can of the previous day or previous couple of days so that I can be here now in this day. Another form of meditation that I do is kind of taking my time and being very intentional about what I want for my day. So not like jumping out of bed right away, but kind of giving myself a second to connect with my breath as I'm waking up. I also do some pranayama. I do a set of 8, and sometimes I just do 5 or 6 different kinds, and they help with different things. They're very great for mental health, physical health, emotional health, clearing out stagnant energy, helping with high levels of cholesterol, the fluctuation of the mind. So here's me meditating. I usually sit on a bolster on my yoga mat, my legs crossed. I start by tuning into my breath first, closing my eyes, becoming aware of my breath without trying to change it. Once I've sat with it for a while, I will then start to notice where it's coming from, having just a single pointed awareness so that if my mind does start to wander off, I can bring it back to this one point. And there are 2 different points that I learned from one of my teachers, Sarananda. So you're either focusing on the inflate and deflate of your belly. So as you inhale, your stomach inflates, and as you exhale, your stomach deflates and it goes in closer to your spine. You can put your hand there to bring awareness, and that's one form of a one-pointed awareness that you can practice while meditating. And another is noticing your breath coming in and out of your nose. You can put your finger there to bring awareness. You can start to notice as you inhale in, maybe the air is cool, and as you exhale, the air is very warm. So as I breathe, I focus on my belly inflating and deflating. And there's times where I do like to use a timer. I don't like using the timer on my phone though, because it tends to scare me. Like any different one that I've tried, it tends to scare me. So I use Insight Timer. They have a lot of great free meditations on there as well. They also have a feature though where you can just set a timer for yourself. You can choose what type of bell that rings when you start and when you finish. And then you can also choose if you want sound going on while you're meditating. I have ocean waves, and then I have kind of like a simple like ding, like kind of like a sound bowl ring at the beginning and at the end. And I found that honestly helps me so much. And then there's some days where I don't even put a timer and I just sit with myself and sit as long as I want to, because I don't think that sitting for a certain amount of time is the goal. I mean, to some people it is the goal, but I feel that being able to meditate in your everyday life, being able to sit with your breath at any moment for as much time as possible is beautiful and can bring you so much peace and ease. So don't worry so much about the time, just focus on your breath and being still. And like I said, if any thoughts come into your mind, bring your awareness back to a single point, or just become aware of the thoughts and let them float off like clouds. this is one of my ways that I practice meditation. Oh, another way too, while I'm sitting here. I practice pranayama. And so these are different breathing techniques. So one that I will share right now that you can use anytime. It's like a really great staple. Something that I just practice randomly, like if I'm in the car. So you're going to this mudra. You're gonna put your pointer and your middle finger down. These fingers are gonna be used to block off the airway from your nostrils. This breathing technique is called Nadi Shodhana. It's also known as Anuloma Viloma. The difference between them two is that Anuloma Viloma, you're breathing rapid and forcefully, like whereas Nadi Shodhana is more easeful and slow. You're still doing full breaths in each one, but one is slower, one is more fast. So you're gonna use your thumb to close off your right nostril, and you're gonna inhale through your left nostril. Then you're gonna close off your left nostril with the other two fingers and exhale out your right nostril. And then inhale through your right nostril while you're still keeping it closed on your left. Close off your right nostril and then exhale out your left nostril. So that right there is one round, and as you're going through it, you inhale deeply, exhale deeply from one nostril to the next. You can even practice this too without your hand, where you're just visualizing your breath going in through the left, exhaling out the right, inhaling through the right, and exhaling out the left. You don't need to close off your nostrils. This is called psychic Nadi Shodhana. I'm laughing because when my teacher taught it to me, she had this cute little panda. It was just sitting in meditation, and that's what I think of anytime I think of this psychic Nadi Shodhana. And yeah, so you're inhaling, bringing all your awareness to your left nostril, exhaling out of your right nostril, inhaling through your right nostril, exhaling out of your left nostril. And that's one. You don't need your hand. You can do this anywhere, while you're on a plane, while you're driving, while you're working out. No one will know because you're not using your hand, you're just visualizing it. That's a second way that I practice meditation. Grand Rising. Today is a beautiful day. Today I am feeling all the feels. I think it could be because there's a full moon happening, and also I'm about to start my moon, my cycle as well. I decided that today I'm going to record this video so that I can get myself going, get myself in the spirit of things, and not feel so down. So come along. Let's see how today goes. For meditation number 3. Whoa, my fingers look creepy. It is going for a walk. When I'm going for a walk, sometimes I try not to listen to anything, and I try to just be aware of what surrounds me, like the sounds of birds, just be mindful of my breath. Yeah, just try taking everything in. I try to go when the sun's out. Right now it's snowing a lot, but the sun is still out, so I know that I can feel it on some level. All right. So, truthfully, I didn't want to record a video this week. I just haven't been feeling good. And so I didn't want to show up like this. My original plan was to make a video on like different ways that I practice meditation. Truthfully, I think that this video should be like ways that I show up for myself when my depression starts to come. And this is a really hard video for me to record because of the fact that I feel like a lot of people in my life know that I struggle with this, or that this is part of my life, but it's completely different when I show up and I'm this way, and not a lot of people get to see this side. They just hear about it. For the past couple of days, I have just been feeling very like, Jesse has been asking me how do I feel, and I can't even explain how it is that I'm feeling. I'm kind of just showing up and trying to do my best every day. And I know that it's hard, and I know that it's gonna be a harder day or a harder time for me when it's hard for me to even go outside. And it's crazy because like we have a dog now, we have Daisy, so she needs to go outside. Yesterday and I think like the day before, it was super easy for me to, not super easy honestly, but I got enough strength to go take her outside to use the restroom. But today I just couldn't do it, and I don't like I don't know how to explain to someone that doesn't deal with this that I literally can't. It's so hard for me to do anything. All I've been really doing these past 2-3 days is watching Netflix. I worked out yesterday. I'm gonna do some yoga today. I did some meditation, but it's not like when I'm okay where that stuff comes easily. So something that I want to share is that when I personally deal with depression, it's hard for me to do anything. If I get out of bed, that's a really big win for me, because if I could, I would stay in bed all day. I know I could, but I know that that isn't gonna do anything for me, and I'm just gonna feel worse instead of getting up and moving around and doing something productive. I'm grateful for the fact that I get to wake up and then I get to move my body around and that I get to breathe, and I'm so grateful for this life. I don't take it for granted at all. I wish I didn't feel like this, and there's times where I do know why I feel this way and other times where I just don't even know. I don't even understand. I think that a lot of it, or part of it, has to do with seasonal depression, which is where during winter, because now, especially now that I live in Colorado, and when I lived in New Mexico, it gets super gloomy, it gets really dark outside, the sun is covered by clouds. It's hard to get myself going when I don't even see the sun come out. I have been meaning to get like a sun clock that imitates sunshine during sunrise and then imitates it also during sunset, and I truly think that that's something that I need to get for myself, because this is only the beginning of this and I'm trying to get myself out of this. So yeah, there's a little update on how I'm feeling. I'm about to teach or practice teaching some yoga right now. I don't want to do it and I wanted to cancel, but I'm going to do this because I said I was going to, and it might help me. It is the next day. Something that I want to say about depression is that it's literally a wave. There are some times when the waves are very strong, very unpredictable. There's not really much you can do. Past couple of days, I feel like my emotions were up and down and up and down, and mostly down, and then it would get to like a stable point. Today, right now, I'm starting to feel a little more at ease. There are some things that are coming up for me. I'm learning how to sit with it. I am gonna do some journaling about it as well, because I have been pushing. Today I woke up and I still wasn't feeling the best. I decided this morning to go to the gym. Honestly, it did help me out a lot. Trying to figure out a way to connect the two videos that I recorded. Truthfully, the ways that I practice meditation has helped me with the depression that I'm going through that comes on and off. Something that I realized that I wasn't doing, I didn't do, and that might have been why it got so bad was that I wasn't writing how I was feeling. I wasn't journaling, and that's another form of meditation that I do, is journaling my thoughts out, clearing my mind. I noticed that the past couple of days I've been journaling off of prompts, and I usually don't do that. I do that here and there, but my form of journaling and meditation is doing a thought dump. I wasn't doing that. I feel that I was just trying to avoid the thoughts that were in my mind instead of letting them out, putting them on to the paper. That's another form of meditation I do. That's something that I'm going to practice today because I'm still feeling off. I know that this is something that will really help me out. This jacket covers the chair completely. Am I the chair? Is the chair me? No, it's just a jacket. Okay. I've been holding in a lot. The time spent in California, there's things that happened that caused a lot of like emotional distress. Even just the road trip itself was so much that this week has been like very exhausting. I haven't journaled much about what had happened, so that is something that, like I said, I'm going to do. This morning I did go working out. I felt like the past couple of days didn't really help me, but that's it. There are things that sometimes help me, sometimes don't help me. Working out on a regular basis kind of does help me to stay in like a very clear-minded, flowy mode, but the past couple of days it was not helping me at all. It just felt like very dreadful, but that's because what would have been better for me is journaling and probably meditating. I have been meditating, but when I'm not feeling my best, I like to practice even more, but because I'm also on my period, I can't do pranayama, and that's something that I practice regularly. And movement also needs to be a little bit more easeful, so I find it very, not limiting, but it's like trying to find different ways to sit with myself and sit with these thoughts. But yeah, today's been very productive. Did a lot of cleaning, shopping, had a really good talk with Jessie, went on a really nice walk, and I think for the rest of the evening it's gonna be just very chill. Something else that I would say it's a form of meditation for me is cooking. Just being in the kitchen and not really having like a set thing that I want to do, but just kind of going with it. That tends to clear my head. I also really enjoy cooking. I was in culinary for 4 years in high school. It was honestly some of the best memories, and I had the best time being in those classes. So in a way, it kind of brings me back to that. I know I'm really good at cooking. And also when I'm feeling depressed, when I'm on my period too, I think that nutrition is such an important thing because I feel like it can either add to the discomfort and pain, or it can make it that much more easeful. And just knowing the right things to eat, like during this time I feel like I can eat a lot more heavier, dense food like pasta, fish. I tend to eat more sweets during this time too, and I give myself grace with that. Also more like bread. But yeah, your girl's feeling a little bit more better, but also I don't know, I feel like I'll be somewhat close to myself again starting tomorrow. This past couple of days have been really rough. I also fucking miss my family, and it's really hard to talk to them when I'm feeling this way. It just goes back to not feeling like anyone understands. It's not like I have a bruise or a cough or something that anyone could see. It's like it's all inside in my head. It's hard for some people to comprehend that or to just allow that to be. I'm really excited though because I found a therapist, and she's Hispanic, and she's also into natural healing and like somatic work, body work. I will be starting therapy in February, and I'm so happy. Honestly, therapy has helped me so much in my journey. I just I'm excited for this new journey because my therapist is a Hispanic woman. I'm just at a different point in my life, so it'll be different than when I first started therapy, which was 3 years ago. Life update. Check. New video coming to you very soon. Now, time to rest. My body's really feeling it. The sunset's really beautiful. The sun has already gone down, but mountains are full of snow, and so happy that I can show up even when I'm not feeling my best here. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day.